kind of the position of the baby and the
Sorry, I'm starting over with
okay.
this one to see if
The position of the baby,
yeah.
and they got to see where the placenta is approximately, that sort of thing. So they are preparing for it in a number of ways. They are also preparing with just knowing that they're invited to the birth. They can stick around and watch whatever they would like to, but they're also welcome to leave. They don't have to stay in for the birth if they don't want to. That their autonomy and their individual experience is also something we want to honor. So we are talking about some of the things that they can do during labor and during the birth if they don't want to be present. And they will have options, games. They're going to have space set up, which I will sort of show you. They will have space set up for them to hang out in when they don't want to be present, because we believe that's really important, that they feel like they have the say in what they see and what they experience as much as possible. They do also know that there is a chance that something could go wrong, and that if something goes wrong, that we will transfer to the hospital, that they might see blood, that they even know that mommy might poop while pushing out the baby. They know all of those things. A couple of our children are interested in possibly helping catch the baby, which is something that we're cool with. He's caught, I've caught. My best friend Sue is here, and she caught Sugar Baby, actually. If you've seen the video of our last birth, the one who caught Sugar Baby was my best friend, and she's an RN and training to be a CNM now, and she's just kind of an amazing person. Madeline says, I would love to catch my own baby. I'm not gonna lie, I really want to catch this baby. That is what I want, but it'll be what it'll be. So we have all kinds of plans. I had contingency plans and other plans and everything. But you caught one,
Yep.
right? And I caught the next one.
Mm-hmm.
And the one
and then we keep talking about me catching again, but no.
I want you to catch again. I want us to catch together. That's what I really like.
Well, it's whatever
In my
happens,
ideal,
happens. Yeah.
in my ideal world. You caught one that had a nuke cord, which means a cord up around her neck. You caught one that had a nuke cord wrapped 3 times. And yes, that happened in our bed, and everybody was really chill. And I just was told to slow down my pushing, or to stop and breathe through the push. Mm-hmm. And the midwife put her hands over yours. You were still catching. And there was enough slack. She was able to loosen the cord, and you pretty much just somersaulted the baby through the cord.
Yeah, she talked me through it. It was weird. This was going to happen, so you do this, okay, do that, and then, yeah, we're going to somersault this baby out. I'm like, what? I've never heard of that. Somersaulting babies.
And she totally somersaulted.
Yeah.
Well, you somersaulted the baby, and she came out, and she was fine. Everything was fine.
Yeah, it was cool.
I wish I could see all the comments. They're not loading all the way.
Well, someone commented that it looked like I froze, and that's a pretty common thing with live streams with me. Mm-hmm. Is when I'm listening to other people talk, I stop moving. I don't know why. Maybe I'm really bad at multitasking. Apparently listening and fidgeting are 2 different things I can't do at the same time. But everything should be there on the website now. If you feel like going and say hi on the chat, let me know if you can see the video working. I was tethered to that.
Oh,
hopefully I'm still tethered to
that.
I'm
sorry, I didn't realize that. No, it says I'm still tethered. Right. I want to go see some of the questions real quick. And we are going to go show you some of the space that we've set up, and we'll show you even more on the live feed, so you guys can help us test out the chat. But what have we done so far to set up for this birth?
Well, there's the house. We've done a whole lot of work on the house.
Okay, some of the work we've done on the house was not because of the birth. It was because we ended up having water damage in part of our house. We had to rip out floors and walls and insulation and everything else. So we ended up doing a whole lot of work and discovered like a bunch of our boxes of baby clothes and stuff were all moldy, and our storage area we had some flooding, and there was water damage we weren't aware of, and all kinds of things. So we've done a lot of work on the house that was completely unrelated to the birth, and that's been a little bit overwhelming. I may have had a meltdown or two about not being able to be in this space and all of that. Yeah. But what have we done that's specifically for?
Well, we took those boxes of clothes that we were storing in the basement and had to wash all the baby things that we were saving because
and all the gear. There was gear we had to pitch.
Yeah, there were some things we had to throw away.
Yeah.
We learned that you can wash some things that are just a little mildewy.
Yeah.
With some vinegar, and it works pretty well.
Yeah, some things we were able to get it out.
Yeah.
But anything that had any kind of padding, like bouncy seats or baby carriers and things like that, it was ruined. So there's been a lot of dealing with that. And that's been pretty hard. Robin asked, what led you to decide not to share your due date or month? That came from having had 3 babies, and every single time people ask me, have you had the baby yet? Have you had the baby yet? Have you had the baby yet? And I find that they don't ask that as much if they don't know when the baby's expected, because the reality is a due date is just an estimated date. And I have had babies anywhere between 36 weeks and 41 and 4. So almost 42 weeks. And your due date is set at the 40-week mark. And there's just too big of a range there for me to feel comfortable letting people know where that date is. And I find they don't ask as often if you've had the baby yet. And for me, it helps me to just relax in these last days, especially when I'm dealing with lots of contractions if I'm in prodromal labor. Somebody else asked about prodromal labor. What is prodromal labor? So you've heard of Braxton Hicks. Most of us have heard of Braxton Hicks. And those are contractions where the body is practicing. And it's like the uterus is flexing and being like, yeah, I can do this. Which is great and awesome. And it's actually a really good thing, even though it's kind of annoying. But it doesn't change the cervix. It doesn't lead to any real change in the cervix. Prodromal labor is when it will, and often Braxton Hicks will change when you change activity. So if you were laying down and you had them and you get up and walk, they'll stop. Or if you have them while you're standing and cooking dinner, but then you sit down, they might peter out. That's the typical Braxton Hicks pattern. For prodromal labor, it can seem like Braxton Hicks, but they tend to actually get really strong. They tend to have the real peak, and they come down, and they start feeling like the real thing. And you can feel, if you're able to really be in touch with your body, you can actually feel the pulling in the cervix. And when they check, the change may not be a whole lot, but you may actually have started dilating or effacing. And that's great. We don't even bother checking me anymore. It doesn't matter, because I could do this for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I don't care. It doesn't matter what my cervix is doing. I just want to be able to sleep or have my baby. So it's actually just a way of the uterus preparing, and it's a form of labor. It's just not active labor. And the body can kind of do this in bursts and go for a while. Somebody just asked, are you wearing an amber necklace? Yes, I am. They asked if it provides any natural pain relief for you. I'm one of those people, I'm like, it may, it may not, but I've had so much back pain lately that I'm like, well, I may as well try it, because there's a lot that I can't try in pregnancy, but I totally will try something. And it's mixed reviews. Most of the positive reviews about amber necklaces are anecdotal. There's not a whole lot of evidence that says this is a for sure thing, but there's evidence that it could be. So, it's not going to hurt me to wear it. It's pretty. I like it. It's cool. And then, let's see. My almost 5-year-old boy is obsessed with birth. He wants to see his baby brother be born. That's awesome. Have you showed him videos, Tawny? Because that would be really neat for him to see. Deanna is asking, at what point in labor will we start the live feed?
Oh, when we know it's labor.
When we're really sure it's labor. When we are confident that it's labor. And when we are able to... when we're able to feel like we can share it in a way that we know everything's safe. We have a good idea of what's going on and that sort of thing. What else have we done to prepare for the birth?
Butt massages.
We have done so many glute massages, but yes, butt massages. So I have a tendon that is really tight on one side, and we've been doing sifting with the
wrap.
Yes, thank you, with the wrap, where he helps to get better positioning for Lucky. And because I have this really tight ligament and tendon area on one side, we've had Lucky's position's been a little bit off. And we're doing really well now, actually. Positioning is looking better, except that little stinker turned OP, so she's facing sunny side up at the moment. But at least she's head down, so yay. And yes, every night you have worked and massaged my glutes and really worked on those tendons and ligaments that have been kind of tight. And they make all the difference in the world. Those massages are a game changer. Even now, it's the difference between me being able to get up out of bed and walk to the bathroom right away, or me getting up and having to hold on to the wall and pause and have to help my legs move. So, we got our birth kit.
We did. Yep.
We got our
I
birth
ordered that, and we could pick it up because it was local.
Yep, that was convenient.
That was nice.
We moved our room.
Right. Yes. So our room had been on the upper floor of the house, but Jessica suspected she probably wouldn't enjoy going up and downstairs late in pregnancy, and probably shouldn't be right after the birth for a while. So the master bedroom of this house is actually supposed to be on the main floor. But we wanted more common space there, so we opted to sleep upstairs for the first 3 years here.
And now we've moved
now
down
master
into
bedroom
master
is the master bedroom again.
Yep. So we moved our room and got it all set up. 5 of our 6 kids have been born in our bedroom on our bed. I suspect that'll happen this time, but I also know that Lucky could be born on the kitchen floor or in the bathroom or wherever. We're cool with that. We're pretty chill. And then, we got asked, what are the ages of our children? The ages of our children are 18, 16, 14, 9, 7, and 5. All right, the chat is working.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm chatting.
That's really
over here.
That's really, really exciting. Madeline says catching a baby together sounds amazing. It does sound amazing. All right, let's see. Another triple nuclear cord. Let's see, what else? What else have we done to prepare? My best friend Sue is here, visiting, and she's been helping with cleaning the house. And I say that, and you guys, I'm going to show you my house. It's a mess and it's a wreck, and yeah. And Christine says, you're so strong, is nap time soon for you? Yes, I do intend to go for a walk after this live stream, and then I'm going to take a nap because I really, really need a nap today. Let's see what else. We talk about how you support me. That helps me feel prepared.
We spent a lot of time together and talked through everything.
What I like to hear, how I like to be touched or how I don't like to be touched. What else do we do? Take a lot of showers on my lower back to help with the pain. And of course, the standard prenatal care, and we love our midwifery team. We have an incredible birth center. We're not birthing in the birth center, but we have an incredible birth center. And we do. Leslie asked, how did you cope with HG and other children? And I get asked this a lot, especially from other women who've had HG. And HG stands for hyperemesis gravidarum, which is Latin for puke-a-lot in pregnancy. And it's terrible. And this time I've had the best and well-managed hyperemesis I have ever experienced. In fact, for the first time, I would say I had mild HG versus severe HG. I never got a PICC line. I did get IVs. I was on a cocktail of medications. No, I won't be sharing my protocol. But it is actually available on the Help Her website. That's I'm going to put that in, helpher.org. The protocol I use is on that website, and I highly recommend checking it out. There's just a wealth of information. And I did really, really well this time. But how do we manage other children? We get a lot of help, and it's something we have to ask for. We have no family nearby, and we never have, actually. We've never lived near family. And so we have to put ourselves out there, and sometimes that's hard. But I know most of you participating on this live stream, if someone you knew said, I need help with my kids because I can't stop throwing up, most people aren't heartless. They're going to want to help. And I find, for me as a mom, that it's easier to help other families when I bring, when I say, hey, let me take your kids, they're going to play great together, and I'm actually going to get something done. And so we ask for help. I have an incredibly involved partner who participates equally in co-parenting, and then steps up and participates even more when I'm pregnant, because we prioritize then me growing that baby. So Latia asks, will Jeremy bake something special for your post-birth meal or dessert?
We do have a plan for that.
We do. Jeremy is a baker. I am not, you guys, because it requires me actually following a recipe and doing it accurately, and that's hit or miss. Just to be honest. So yeah, we do typically try to bake something. Well, you all do. I don't do that. I bake a baby.
This time, I'm planning on being around for supervision if need be, for expert advice. Even though we have selected a recipe.
Yep.
That we've never done before. So
good time to try something.
Who knows what it's gonna turn out to be? But we have a couple of other bakers in the family too, and they are excited to take on that responsibility and surprise us all with the results.
It's gonna be great.
But they've had the experience of Jessica and I both completely botching birthday cakes before. So if it's not great, then two things: one, they know it's not a huge deal, and two, it still tastes good most of the time.
Yeah, you just eat crumbly cake. It's okay.
Crumbly, goopy cake, whatever. Yeah.
All right, so Melissa asked, what is your recommendation for pain relief and home birth? So I find that for every birthing parent, there's something different, and it's finding what works for you. I feel most comfortable and confident with what's called the Bradley method of childbirth, with our own little spin on it, or also called the husband coached childbirth. I think it should be called the partner coached childbirth, but and so for me, what's really important is I rarely experience contractions themselves as pain. When I experience pain in labor, it's usually an indication that baby's not positioned well. That was the last 2 times. My pain was definitely from baby being asynclitic, which is instead of baby being head down and chin tucked like this, they were like this. And one of them was a facial presentation, which was up like this. Yeah, that hurt. That hurt a lot. And because babies the way their heads mold and all that is different in those positions. So that was a very difficult and painful birth for me. For me, what helps is to trust my body, to understand what's happening. I really focus through the contraction on relaxing everything, so that all of my body's energy can be focused specifically on the 40 to 60 pounds of pressure that my uterus is applying. That's what a uterus does during labor, active labor. It applies about 40 to 60 pounds. That would vary, of pressure. I just have to get out of the way and let it do it. And I focus on, as I feel the contraction rise and peak, I focus on opening and relaxing, and I imagine my cervix opening, which I usually can start to feel. And that helps me experience it as an intense sensation. It's certainly work, but it is not pain for me unless I have a positioning issue. And then I will experience pain. In those cases, when I am experiencing pain. The pain relief measures we use is I try not to stay in one position too long, because shifting positions can often help with pain. His support, his encouragement, how he speaks to me. We have a list of things that I like to hear in birth, and a list of things that you better not freaking say to me in birth, because they'll get me to and pull me out of my focus, or I'll start to argue with you or whatever. So that helps me a whole lot. Water, if I feel like I want to be in water. Water can be something that will really help me in managing pain. So a pool or bathtub or a shower. Massages often help. I like heat packs sometimes on my lower back. And because of position issues, I also like to sit on an exercise ball. I really do like that, and I'll just even lay on the bed, lay my head on the bed, and sit on the exercise ball. Or I have in the past. We'll see what happens this time. But if I am dealing with pain, my pain has typically been in my hips, and so somebody applying counter pressure on my hips, which is a hard job because I like them to press firmly, and that can last for a long time. So those are some of the pain measures we take. Sally asked, do you have medics in attendance for your home birth? So we will have our birth team consist of our lead midwife, CPM, LDEM, Carrie Duncan from Andalus Water Birth. There will be another midwife. There's 2 others that are on my team, and then there are, I think, at least 2 students. We might have one more as well. And then my best friend Sue, who is an RN as well. I think one of the other midwives is an RN as well. And that's my team. So typically we don't have a medic. We just have the midwives who are skilled in recognizing when, just in attending birth and knowing what needs to be done. They're also skilled in recognizing when it is no longer a safe option to continue at home. And I picked midwives that I felt very confident would not delay transfer, because that was something that was important to me, particularly because I'm kind of old. And my uterus is experienced. So if we need an early transfer, I want somebody who's not going to delay that. Let's see, where are we? A couple more questions. I love the nicknames you have for your daughters. This is Janine. Their names are beautiful and unique as well. Thank you. So annoying when others voice their opinion on what name parents choose for their kids. This is why we don't share our names. Melissa asked, do your girls share rooms? So we live in a very, very old house. It's over 100 years old. Our floors slope. Some of our doors don't, they don't close correctly. We have occasional plumbing issues because the house is over 100 years old. We get to do a lot of work on the house because it's over 100 years old. But we love our house. It is technically it's a 4-bedroom house. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. 4-bedroom house. Yes. 2 of the rooms are in the converted attic. And 2 girls share one of those rooms. Our eldest has her own room, and that's largely because she's currently working 2 jobs, going to school, and dancing ballet, training for a professional career. So sometimes she has to get up super early and leave the house, and so she is in her own room.
Oh, the first time in 16 years she's had her own room.
It is the first 16? Yeah, well, I guess so. She had 2 years at the beginning. That's true. Have you pointed that out to her?
No.
Okay. And then our youngest 3 all share a room. This is a new arrangement. Things have been in such turmoil, though, because we moved our room, and then we discovered all this water damage, and there's been 4 rooms of this house have been affected by the water damage. And one of them, 2 of them were bedrooms, sort of. So, so the 3 youngest ones are in a room together. They have actually a really small room that the 3 youngest share. So that's 9, 7, and 5, and they all share a room together. And then there is this weird open playroom that's right adjacent to their room. And so they have all their play space there. That's how we've been been doing that. Well, that's recently, as in like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And we have still so much more to do. We just got the final walls put in a week ago. So we're still in progress right now. Let's see. Brooke asked, I had to have a C-section with my son, so I'm trying a VBAC with this pregnancy. Does changing positions help with progression of labor? It can. Yes, very much so. In fact, certain positions are going to help with managing pain more, and others are going to help with managing, with encouraging progress. So positions where you can maybe squat and hold on to something for support are great for helping open things up. It can also be really intense that way. Birthing stools can help. Sitting on a birth ball can help. Those are some of the positions. The runner's lunge is a really great way to help. Being active, walking around as much as possible is going to also help. But it's the movement and the opening of the pelvis that'll help. Let's see. Where else? What else? Shall we go show the room?
Sure.
All right. So we're going to go show you our room, and I'm going to do that on Facebook, and then I'm actually going to end the Facebook Live. Carol. Well, actually, this is a really good question, Carol. Darn computer isn't loading all the comments. I have to see them on my phone. Feel free to decide this is too personal to answer. I'm live streaming my birth. There's very little that is too personal to answer. But there are some boundaries I draw. But do you do perineal massage in the later weeks of pregnancy to help with stretching? And if so, have you found it helpful in prior births? As a prime or the first time mom and then a second time mom, because I had a really terrible tear and scar tissue, we did try some perineal massage, which is where you massage the opening to the vagina and maybe use some oil and that sort of thing. But the truth is, I found that for me, listening to my body and being in the position I want to be in to push means that I don't have as many issues. When somebody else was telling me the position I needed to be in to push, such as being on my back with my legs up in stirrups, that's when I tore. And so we have not found that to be necessary. There's kind of mixed reviews in terms of evidence regarding perineal massage. I don't think it hurts, but the tissues are already very elastic, and I think if the mom can, which they can't always, if the birthing parent can listen to their body and get into the position that feels right for them, their chances of tearing are lower. Heather asked, do you leave the umbilical cord attached after the baby, and when do you cut it? So we wait for the cord to stop pulsating. We may cut it as soon as we know it's done, because it just depends. We've had very, 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 very short cords, and we've had very, 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 very long cords. So it kind of just depends on what we see. But the thing we know for sure is we will wait for the cord to stop pulsing, so that the baby gets all of their blood, and then we may change when it is. So last time it was delayed even longer until after the placenta was, until I'd already pushed out the placenta, and our oldest cut that cord, and we knew we wanted her to do that. So we just hung out with the placenta until she could get there and was in a place where she could cut the cord. So it'll just depend. We don't know. Christy asks if this is our first time birth. No, this is our 6th. Provided everything goes well and goes the way we're planning. All right, let's see. Let's go. Brenda asked, is this the second home birth we will be streaming? Yes, it is. All right, shall I go show?
Well, right. You want to take everything?
Yeah, I got to take everything.
Ooh.
You want to help me with this?
Then I won't be near the computer
I know.
to answer questions.
Okay, you can come back and answer questions. But is the chat working?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Here.
So
you
we'll have
take
two
that.
different angles.
We'll have
It's
to.
going to be fun. Here's my face.
So I'm going to tell you now, this is real life for us. Our house is often chaotic. So
I'm going to switch this around.
It's really like not at all how I want it set up, but it's real life. So there you go.
All right.
All right, bedroom.
Hey there.
All right. This is.
Our hangout space.
Yeah, that's our living room. It's a mess.
Those are my books.
Those are my books too.
Oh yeah, we share.
This is our bedroom, and it's really close by the front door, which is my favorite thing.
Front door.
All right, so this is entering our bedroom, and this right here. Oh, the lighting's weird. We might need to close that door. This is actually our kind of our birth station. That is normally not there. That basket that has like Chuck's pads in it doesn't typically live there, but it does for now. So we've got a whole bunch of birthy stuff in there. And the bathroom is that glowing door that Jeremy's by right now. And that's so that I don't have to go very far. There's our humidifier. I have had issues with some congestion and nosebleeds and all that. We've got angry faces. Wow, people. And so I have found that a humidifier has helped me sleep so much at night. So much. And so yes, so there's kind of the space there, our bed, and Jeremy, say hi.
Hey there.
This is our bed where we obviously sleep at night, and where I strongly suspect Lucky will be born, but we'll see. Oh, could you go plug in the lights?
Well, yeah.
They're pretty.
Do that.
And then behind me is an old dresser that is pretty much our diaper station. And the curtains are closed because otherwise everything would be washed out. Those are our curtain tiebacks right there at the moment. And some other stuff for the birth, like the measuring tapes and cord clamp and all that. Oh, thank you. Yeah. So this is essentially the baby's room right here. Because baby will be in our room for the first year for sure. Probably more like the first 18 months or so. And then unofficially for like the next 3 years, but we say this for now. And you can see that chair is probably my nursing spot. Jeremy, can you show the pull that open? This is my nursing space that I've set up, my breastfeeding space for me. So you can kind of see there's breast pads in there, and nipple balm, and some books and journals, and a spot for my glass of water or my water bottle. All of that is there. We have the foot of our bed. I don't know if right now it has a Moses basket stuck in it. That will end up being on a stand next to my bed probably, or my side of the bed most of the time, unless there's another bassinet option we're looking at. And then somebody actually dropped one off for us recently that'll end up out there. It's just like a basic bassinet. So that'll end up out in the living room, in our living room space. But this is our birth space. I'm going to also show you guys the ball where I love to sit. There is, you guys, I'm just going to be real. There's my bra that I took off last night and did not put away. Yep. Hot water bottle. So, see, I love plants. I hope I manage to keep them alive. So this is our birth space. I'm going to show our closet, which is a mess.
Oh, fun.
Whatever. We had to create a closet in this room. It was kind of weird. So we have, this is kind of our closet space, and the backlight's going to make it tough. And I just want to show you, I have not closed that bottom drawer in like weeks because it's way too hard. It's so far down there, and when I try to lift my foot to close it, my pelvis doesn't like it. So that drawer is almost always open until Jeremy closes it. He's a nice guy. He closes it. So this is our closet space. I have no idea if as I was cleaning it the other day, I realized for some reason I end up back there. I could totally give birth back there, and it would not faze me at all because I don't care. Where babies come out, where babies come out. So this is the space we've set up at this time. There's more birth supplies. Our bed is currently made for the birth, just in case, because I could go quickly. I don't think I will, but I could go quickly. I don't have a history of fast births or fast labors anyway. My last birth was really, really really fast. Jill asked, with y'all not telling people the due date, how do you respond to comments of how much longer or how far along are you or when are you due? I'd love to keep it quiet next time, but always get taken off guard with the questions and never know what to say, and I end up blurting out our due date. So this is what I say, Jill. This is what I'm comfortable with, is I say, we don't know how much longer, and because we don't, and we're not telling the due date. That's all I tell them. I say, sometime this fall, I promise the baby will be here by the end of the year. It's a very safe bet. The baby will be here by the end of the year. So I give myself a huge window, but I tell them I don't know, and I tell them that we're not telling. And that's that. And I just kind of leave it at that. Let's see. Anita said, I love your house, looks real. It is real. So our bed is actually already made for the birth. I'm going to see what I can do. I'm holding a computer, you guys. This is like, I'm not coordinated as it is. So for our bed, what we've done is we have a set of sheets. This is our quilt, a sheet, and another sheet. And then underneath that, we have a plastic mattress cover. I don't particularly love sleeping on it. We just put it on the other day because I was having so many contractions. I was wondering if it was really starting. But they stopped. So, and then underneath that,
it is the best sound ever when you're sleeping.
Yeah, it is the best.
Or trying to sleep.
It's like sleeping on a plastic shopping bag. And I get kind of hot on it. But so we may take this off. So we may go ahead and take this off before tonight. But this is how we make our bed for the birth. And then underneath it, and I can't show you because this is tucked in, underneath is a whole nother set of sheets, clean sheets. So what will happen is after the birth, during the birth we will use chuck pads, or those medical pads, and we will, those will go under me or wherever we need them. And then after the birth, the midwives and my friends who are here to support will strip the bed. They will take off that top set of sheets and the plastic cover, and then I will get out of our herbal bath. They will do that while I take if everything goes according to plan, everything goes well, which we recognize that always can change. But the plan is when I will take a bath after giving birth. I like to do a postpartum herbal bath. I'll probably, I have it here, it's set up, ready to go. So this is the Earth Mama Angel Baby postpartum bath herbs. And they'll brew it when I am in labor. And they pretty much just drop it into a big pot. It's like making tea. And then they pour it into the bathtub, which will be scrubbed and cleaned while I'm in labor to make sure it's all really good for after the birth. So I will take a bath with baby, and while I'm in the bath, they will strip the bed. They will throw the sheets in the washer, and I will get into clean sheets that are already on the bed when I get out of the bathtub. So that is how we prepare our bed, and how we plan to do that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off of Facebook. If you haven't already, we are trying to test the server load on TheLeakyBoob.com for the live feed. And so there's Jeremy right there. He's got the live feed going. And we're also testing the chat feature on the website. We know that there could be a whole lot of people that join us for that feed, or maybe only like 2, whatever. And so if you would hop on over there and let us know. I ended it again on accident. Oh well.
Okay.
Okay. I did not mean to do that.
How did you?
I'll explain it later.
Okay.
I'll explain what same stupid mistake I've made every time. All right, so this has already gone a lot longer than I was thinking it would, but that's okay with me. So if you are if you are tuning in from our Facebook Live, this is actually very much what the live feed will look like when the birth happens. So can I go over there and kind of show them about the perspective it'll be?
Yeah, I mean, that's still
we're still
working on it.
Yeah, it needs some attention. But for now, the plan is here it is.
Are you gonna do like
This. It'll be about.
Maybe we should flip it
I think it'll be about there. Oh yeah.
so that we can see what it is that they're seeing.
Okay, hold on a second. So it'll be about there, we think, or maybe
There.
here.
Or we might take these books up.
Yeah,
Right
put it there. However, it will also be mobile if we need it to be, so we can move it. Thank you. We can move it if I don't end up on the bed, and they'll be able to follow me around. But it will be a static live feed. So once it goes live, the plan is, if everything works according to plan, it'll just be running, right?
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
We may stop it occasionally, just, I don't know, because live streams, I don't know why we'd stop it. But,
Yeah. Well, we'll stop it if we feel like there's a need to, but otherwise, yeah.
But that would only be to restart it again.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we wanted to give a quick tour of our house. We get asked often how we do it all, how we manage our social media pages and 6, soon to be 7 kids and homeschooling 3 of those, and how we keep up with the house and all that. So here, I'm going to let you in on a secret. It's not a secret at all. We don't do it all.
Yeah, no.
No.
There's the list of all, and we do like this much of it.
Yeah. And for some people that would never work. Like it would, I know people who, my house would cause them anxiety sometimes. Our house would cause them anxiety because it gets messy and chaotic and all that. But it's what works for us. And so I'm going to show you. We're going to be really honest and real. You're welcome to critique us all you want. It's really not going to change anything.
I'm going to go position myself at the computer.
A computer? Okay. So he's going to be Jeremy's going to be, I'm going to show this first, on the chat, answering questions and troubleshooting technology, any glitches. This is my knitting at the moment. That's supposed to be a baby gown. I screwed up the arms. Having to fix that.
I don't know what the charge is on that thing, but we may as well.
Okay, plug in. This is Jeremy set up here at our dining room table. He's set up here at our dining room table, working on the live stream feed. There's my breakfast. I had a hard time eating this morning. I wasn't feeling so good after last night. This is our living room. Yes, that is a basket of folded laundry. Yes, it has been there since yesterday. This is our very dirty, messy couch. And this is the bane of my existence. It is our sock basket. You guys, it really, really needs some attention. I'm going to be using this as a project soon for when I'm tired and frustrated and need something to do. That sock basket is all the unmatched socks at the moment. That is my desk at the moment. And you can see there are breast pumps all over the place. I collect breast pumps apparently. And I have just not had the energy to sort. We had 4 rooms of our house go out of commission. So this whole area up until a few days ago was just loaded with boxes and furniture and we had extra couches, we had extra everything. It was just an absolute nightmare. But this is, right now I've got wool drying for the baby, more laundry, boxes of stuff that just things that were shipped that I need to get rid of. This is our entryway. The helmet usually isn't there, but today it is. I don't know why. Backpacks usually go there. Could I ever know why? This is a basket or a box, a tub of wool that I had to sort through and either figure out what could be salvaged or not. Fortunately, most of it was fine because it was in plastic. And we use wool for cloth diapers. We do cloth diaper. Most of this is wool either I've made or was gifts or whatever. We've had most of it for years and years and years. So. Currently more surface area that just needs to be cleared off because we gather clutter at an alarming rate. And so our dining room, there's Jeremy again.
Hello again.
And then this is goes to our upstairs. This is something that needs some attention. As you can see, the stairs are open. The stairs are so open right there. And that thing stresses me out like you would not believe. So with Lucky coming, we are figuring out how we are fixing that problem, and how we're going to make it safe. So up there, I'm actually not going to take you up there, largely because it's our teens. All three of our teens are up there. So our oldest room is that way, and then the two other teens are that way. They got the bigger room. So that's upstairs. Our landing is full of, actually that's some baby stuff that I need to figure out what we're doing with. Our kitchen, let's see, our counter is cluttered. Imagine that. Our dishwasher, you guys, this is the dumbest setup. This is what happens when you take an old house and you don't really remodel things, but you just kind of make stuff work, and you put a dishwasher right there so you can't, when it's open, you can't access the sink. Yep, that's what happens. It's so great. Yeah, so our kitchen, it's a work in progress too, like much of our house. We're working a whole lot on it, and it's changed a whole lot, but we have a whole lot to do. Random shelf right there that's waiting to be hung back up in the bathroom because the bathroom needed some work and painting and all kinds of stuff. So real quick, our pantry area and spices and all that stuff. This is the bathroom. There's two doors to it. One door is in the pantry kitchen area. Our chalkboard, where typically it would hold like our menu for the week, but right now, well, lately in general, there hasn't been a menu for the week. We're in the process of painting this. Yes, I could have a baby any day. Yes, we are painting the bathroom. This is the kind of thing that happens. And that was largely because I couldn't control how long things were taking on the other stuff. So everything's kind of all over the place right now while we figure out what's going where. That's our real life chaos. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and take them downstairs. This is actually really important. So behind me are our sets of calendars. And we do most of our scheduling and everything on an online calendar. But because not everybody in the family has access to an online calendar, we also have some important things there. And our younger girls really like, getting to use the magnets and putting them on what day it is and all of that. We are way behind on needing to catch up our calendar. And 'tis the season because all the things start happening this time of year for us. So, is it okay if I head downstairs?
Okay.
You cool?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Then I'm going to head. Just talking?
With my fingers.
So, in this space, what we anticipate for the birth is the midwives will be able to hang out here. I may hang out here. This is where, whoops, I forgot to show this. This is where we intend to set up the birth pool. Hopefully, if we can get some things cleared out of here. It's already so much better than it was. I can't even begin to tell you. It's helped that we've been able to sort of kind of start moving back into these other rooms. This is the birth pool and kit. This is the adapter for the hose to attach to the sink. This is the liner for the birth pool. This is the brand new hose that's never been used before because that's what you need to set up a birth kit. So tentatively, we are planning on probably moving these chairs out of the way more over there and pulling the carpet over, and the birth pool will be here. And that's where I expect to spend a lot of time laboring. Or not. We'll see what happens. And then there will be baking happening in the kitchen and dinner being made, food being made. People, we got a few people during labor, including me. And then so our room is here, and then our stairs to go down. You can see the paint buckets because yes, we have been priming and painting everything. So this is our disaster of a room. Everything's a mess in here. Sorry, Sue.
It's okay. I'm just sort of half asleep and half
And it's just kind of things are just piled in because like that wall just got done, and it's not even fully painted. It's been primed. That wall just got put back in. And so things are just kind of thrown in here at the moment. The plan is hopefully we get this kind of put together this weekend, at least enough that it doesn't, like we've got drop cloths on the ground and panties on the ground. Yes, this is our reality. But our goal is that this will be a hangout space for anybody who's here for the birth, including our kids. The TV is here in this wardrobe thing right now. Our game shelf is over there. And so we plan on this being space that is available for people who need to just be in another space. This is where everything is piled that hasn't yet made it back to where it should be. This gives me massive anxiety. But this is hopefully, it's not going to be ready anytime soon, but hopefully it'll be ready soon. This is another bathroom and our laundry room. And as you can see, like the floors are still damaged. They have not been fixed from the water damage issues we've had. I have like the world's oldest washing machine that's still in operation apparently. And this room is a disaster. We just moved them in here and clothes are everywhere because we're still just figuring everything out. Clothes were in boxes. So we're trying to figure this all out. This is our youngest room for the time being. We're going to be building in beds. But this is our reality at the moment. This room was completely flooded. We had about 2 feet, not quite 2 feet. No, about 2 feet of water just underneath the outlets. We got flooded so badly down here. This is a finished basement. It had never flooded before. And so we figured out what the problem was. They fixed it. We've had to do a whole lot of work outside too on the foundation. And so, we've been doing a ton of work trying to get it all together. But, where is it? Flip around. No, hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to use this. Why is this hard for me? Here. Behind me is the storage room. I'm not going to take you in there. It's, we've been sorting through stuff in the storage room. So I'm trying to figure it out. So, I'm going to go on up the stairs. And that's it. That's our very old house that has had a whole lot of work. I'm not kidding when I say I had a total meltdown and burst into tears and was like, I can't stay here anymore and we can't bring the baby into this disaster. And they were ripping out walls and ripping out floors and I was painting and then I was crying and it was bad. But I'm feeling much better now. I'm actually sitting on our bed in our room and I'm feeling much better now, that I have a space to have this baby and I'm looking forward to their birth. And so, yeah, this is where it is. So this is the space we expected to happen or are prepared for it to happen. I still need to clear off that chair. Kind of miscellaneous things are piling up there. And we'll just kind of have to see. All right, well, that's everything. As we said, our secret to doing it all is we don't do it all, and we pick and choose what we let go of, and it's constantly an adjusting balance. There are times where I feel okay letting one set of things go, and then pick up that set later, and it's not ever like a perfect balance for us. So how's the chat going?
I've had a few people on here.
All right, is it working?
Yep.
Yay.
It works.
That's the chat feature. Cool.
And it may go through a little facelift before we actually start.
Some tweaking.
We decided to try the simple version first and see how that went. And it's working pretty well, actually.
All right, glad to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shall we wrap up?
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for helping us test. Really appreciate it. Mm-hmm. And now you see our real messy lives, and we are not perfect. I hope we never come across like we think we are, because we really know we're not. And we really love life, and we love each other and our family, and we're really blessed with that, but we don't live a perfect or charmed life. We live a real one. We have money troubles, we have house cleaning troubles, we have plumbing troubles, and sometimes we have drywall troubles and mold troubles. And that's just real life. So we don't do it all, and we prepare as best as we can. But my biggest tip as a parent of 7 children now, and being married 21 years, be flexible. Be flexible. That's the best way to be prepared. Is be flexible.
Be open for whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. I could totally do this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.